This is the first video in a beginner series, but I'm aiming at the kind of beginner that wants to elevate their books beyond something that's simply functional to something that's a bit of a work of art in its own right. Some handbound books look crisp, balanced, and quietly professional. Others look homemade, even when the leather is good, the sewing is solid, and a great deal of effort has gone into them. Very often, the difference is alignment. It's one of those things that nobody notices when it's right, and everybody notices, even unconsciously, when it's wrong. So in this video, I want to show you exactly what alignment means in bookbinding, where things go wrong, and how to improve it without needing a master's workshop or a room full of expensive tools. When we talk about alignment in bookbinding, we're really talking about relationship. The relationship between the text block and the boards, the relationship between the spine and the foredge, between the head, the tail, and the squares. And once you move into decoration, the relationship between panels, labels, lines, and the shape of the book itself. It's how things react in relation to other things. There's no hard and set rule, but when one thing gets adjusted, other things will want to be adjusted too. It's all about balance. A book can be beautifully made in many ways, but if those relationships are off, the whole thing starts to feel uncertain. The eye reads it as imbalance, and that imbalance is not pleasing. The eye likes balance. These are the sorts of easy-to-make errors that will subtly lower the feel of a book. You may have the board slightly too high, so the head square is too large and the tail square too mean. You may have one board further out than the other, so the foredge looks uncertain. Your text block may go into the case just a touch crooked, which then throws off everything at once. Or the structure may be sound, but the decoration is misplaced. These are usually small errors, sometimes very small, and that's what makes them dangerous. They don't scream, they whisper. And if you're not listening, if your eyes are not listening, you can miss them and they'll just show up later on. Alignment begins before casing in. If the text block itself is not behaving, if sections are swelling oddly, if the spine is not shaped consistently, if the foredge is wandering, then later stages become harder to judge. You want these straight and you want them as much at right angles as you can. So the first question to ask yourself is the text block itself sitting square and true? Is it ready for the case? The second thing is the boards, and this is where many beginners begin to see the issue most clearly. Your squares won't look deliberate. They don't have to be mathematically perfect to the atom, but they do have to look intentional. You want them as perfect as you can make them without it putting a stop to your work. If the head is visibly larger than the tail for no design reason, or if one board projects more than the other, the book begins to look clumsy. It looks off. It looks lazy. The third thing is the spine. Is it visually centered? Is the round, if there is one, behaving evenly? Are the shoulders receiving the boards properly? Are any false bands lined up correctly, trimmed well? Does the whole book sit as though it knows what shape it's meant to be, and does it look like one unit rather than a bunch of small parts? Fourth is decoration. You can have a structurally competent book ruined, or at least diminished, by poor placement of visual elements. And depending how precise or fine those elements are, the errors can be tiny. The structure may survive that, but the dignity, the feel, the elevation of your book won't. Here's the practical part. Before I commit to glue, I want a moment where I stop trying to move quickly and start trying to see clearly. I pause. I really look at the book as if someone else made it, and then I break it down into steps. First, I dry fit. I want to see the relationships before anything becomes urgent. I want to see that the overhangs are even, that the corners are right, that any layers are the same size as the layers below them. check whether the squares look even and whether they suit the style of the book I'm making. Then the foredge. It's easy to forget this one. First, visually I have a look, and then if I need to, I'll measure it. It's worth remembering your eye catches proportion very quickly, but a ruler catches any little excuses or stories you tell yourself, and it's good to use both, especially if you're tired at the end of a long session or long project. It's easy to make tiny excuses. Don't let yourself do it. The ruler will keep you honest. One of the easiest mistakes is to judge alignment only from the angle you're working at. Turn the book around, look from the head, look from the tail, hold it upright, lay it flat again. A mistake invisible from one view can be obvious from another one. If something looks wrong at the dry fit stage, it will not improve because you hope hard enough during glue up. Stop, reset it, pull it apart if you have to, check it again, and then put it in. This is much easier to do before you glue it. And a few seconds here can save you an hour later or save the whole project. Now, one important point. Handmade books are handmade. We're not trying to produce sterile, machine-perfect objects. A good, hand-bound book can have life in it. Slight variation is not the enemy. What you're trying to avoid is not humanity, but hesitation and obvious laziness. A book may be a touch irregular and still feel noble, balanced, and beautifully made. So don't only ask, is this exact? Ask also, does it look intentional? Did the bookbinder do this on purpose? That distinction is where the power is. Here's a quick alignment checklist before you commit. Is the text block sitting true? Do the head and tail squares look intentional? Does the foredge look balanced? Is it a good size? Are the boards in proper relation to the spine? Does the book look right from more than one angle? And if there's a decoration, is it genuinely centered, not approximately so, or is it obviously intentionally off-centered? Alignment isn't glamorous, but it's one of those quiet disciplines that will really make a difference in your book. In the next video, we'll look at another one that can elevate your efforts into artwork. And if you're making a book at home, pull it off the shelf. Have a look at it. Have a look at it in detail as if someone else made it. It might be whispering to you areas that you need to improve. I know mine do. We'll see you next time. Best of luck and lots of joy bookbinding.